Hello guys, this is number 6. Today I'll be doing part 3 to What If Deku Had Omnikinesis, where we left off. Momo became Deku's girlfriend. He got first place in the what was it? The games. And he felt like someone was calling him. So he went back to his house, and there he saw 3 men. And he asked what they were doing here. And the oldest man with a white beard said, there might be a 5th awakening. Deku understood what this meant. If a 5th awakened, the universe would be off balance. There'd be no balance. One side could have 2 instead of 1 ruler. This would be bad, Deku thought. 1 would have to die if a 5th awakened. If a 5th Omni awakened, then that would be bad. There's only 4 Omni right now, and Deku is one of them. And then the youngest of them all asked Deku why was he so late? And the youngest man said, was it girlfriend trouble? Deku said yes. I don't think you would know girlfriend trouble because you don't have one. And the young man just started to look down, and because of the rude comment Deku made. Deku apologized, saying he was just a bit frustrated. The young man accepted the apology. Deku said, I'm gonna go back into my house and rest for a while. Deku went inside his cabin and lay down on his bed. He was thinking what he would do if a 5th did awaken. If a 5th Omni awakened. There's 4. Each one rules part of the universe, an aspect of the universe. Deku decided to push these thoughts in the back of his head. He barely got any sleep, so he was tired. So he went to the academy, and Aizawa said they're supposed to have internships. Deku asked if he could skip the internship. Aizawa said no. Deku sighed. So Deku decided to pick a random hero, and he got one of the lowest heroes he got one of the lowest heroes. This made Deku, a bit happy, saying if he paid him, he might have let him do whatever he wanted. So he went to Hosu City, met up with the hero he was supposed to internship with, and gave him $10,000 that he made up. He could make money. And just gave him $10,000 to the hero and said, don't bother me, and tell them that I accomplished my internship. The hero nodded. Deku just went home and decided to train. And he did this for a couple weeks until he decided he was done with home-cooked meals and he was going to get some food at Hosu City. He hasn't really seen the city, so he might as well find some good places. While he was walking around, he saw something going down in an alley. He looked more closely, and it was Ida. Ida was about to get stabbed through the heart with a blade. Deku looked closely to who it was, and he saw Stain, the hero killer. Deku teleported straight to Stain and put him in a headlock. Stain stabbed Deku in his leg. Deku put his arm on the blade that was piercing through his leg and just kept it there. And his hand just kept choking Stain until Stain just passed out. Ida asked if Deku was okay. Deku said yes. I did the old-fashioned way. Ida called the police, and the police took away Stain. Then Deku asked, what were you doing? Ida said, I was getting revenge. The word revenge reminded him of the time he first got his powers, his upgraded version of his powers, Omnikinesis. He went out to look for the killer of his mother. In a week, he found him. He killed him without hesitation, but he thought he would make him feel better. But it didn't. It made him feel worse. He felt guilty, thinking, what if this man had a family, a daughter, a wife? he consulted this to Merlin. Merlin made Deku feel better, and Deku wasn't completely rid of the pain, but Merlin did help until Merlin died. This made Deku go into a spiral of depression, but he did get out of it. Ida also asked, "Do you want me to pull out the sword from your leg?" Deku said, "No, leave it. If I take it out, a lot of blood will come out." So Ida listened to Deku, and Deku also asked, "Who's that hero over there?" Ida says that was the person he was intershipping with. And then Deku heard sirens all fire and smoke and sirens all over the city, and decided to see what was going on. He teleported into the tallest building, and he saw mayhem. So he decided he should help. His legs still hurt and couldn't walk, but he could still teleport. He teleported next to an Nomu, and this Nomu had his brain exposed. Deku used electrokinesis and fried his brain, killing him by brain death. Deku also saw another Nomu, but decided that one would be his last, because he couldn't be using this leg more than he should. So he teleported over that Nomu and saw that this Nomu regenerated after almost anything. So Deku decided, how about I teleport you under the ocean? Will you regenerate of suffocation? So Deku grabbed the Nomu, teleported in the bottom of the ocean, then teleported away. Deku was soaked, and his legs started to hurt from all the salt in the salt water from the ocean. So Deku teleported to a hospital and checked himself in. So the nurses were didn't know how old he was. Deku said, "I'm only in high school," and they were shocked. He looked a lot older than he was, a lot handsomer too. So then he went into surgery to close off, because the sword did cut one of Deku's major arteries, and that would take surgery, and they couldn't just pull it out in an unsupervised environment. The surgery took an hour or two. Once he got out, he was stuck in his own bed next to Ida's, and there Deku just started saying mean things to Ida, saying, "What dumbass are you? You almost died for revenge." Ida explained his whole story. Deku still said, "You idiot, you almost died for revenge," even though he heard his story. Ida felt mad about this. But Ida got over it, seeing that Deku was right. A couple weeks later, it was time for after they got healed, it was time for the final exams. Aizawa decided that Deku would be by himself and would go against All Might and Nezu. All Might thought this would be unfair, but then Aizawa start the final exam, the practical exam, I would call it, and All Might couldn't move. Nezu couldn't move. Deku just walked past them and passed the test. They asked, "How did you do that?" Deku just said, "It's a secret," and walked off. He used hemokinesis, controlling the blood, if I remember correctly, and made them so they couldn't move. Right after that, Deku made up with Mo. Also, he almost forgot. He aced the reading, writing exam. And right after the final exam, Deku asked Momo on a date. Momo said yes. Deku said, "I'll pick you up at your place at 7. Deku met her up at her mansion at 7 and asked her where would she want to go. And they went to the movies. Deku just told her that they could go anywhere. The money is not an issue, seeing that he can make it out of thin air. Counterfeiting. And they had a great time. And at 9 o'clock, Deku decided he would take Momo back, not trying to worry her parents, seeing that he would love some parents that would worry about him being late. So Deku dropped off Momo and just started walking back to his house. He was thinking about teleporting, but he said, "I want to see the scenery." And a lot of memories came back from the time he was young, reminiscing about the past. And